Man, guys, it's been raining for like 3 days straight, and decided to do a video of my hunting knives. Now, both of these knives were gifts, and I kind of want to break them in by, maybe skinning or gutting a deer with them. But the first one here is this Kershaw, and I think it is a half-ton. I believe it's a half-ton. Got this hard plastic scales on it. Pretty cool looking wrench pocket clip. But I really like this. It's got a big fat blade on it. I got it really nice and sharp. I think this would be a pretty cool pocket skinner. Maybe even a gutter. But I got this from the Fat Man. He sent me several knives as a gift, and as soon as I got this out, I was like, yep, I'm gonna take this out. This is gonna be one of my deer hunting knives. So thank you, buddy. And this is the first one. The second one is this Benchmark, and I'm not really familiar with Benchmark, but I got this as a gift from Pennsylvania Shane, and I vowed to break it in with a deer. So regardless if I get a deer this year, I'm going to be carrying this thing until I get a deer. But I kind of really like the nylon sheath. Covers up the whole knife. Like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with it, but it is nice and sharp, and it will do the job. Yeah. In the past, I've always carried this Buck 501. And this has always been my go-to hunting knife for years and years. I've always been able to get this thing like stupid sharp, and it was always been my favorite hunting knife to take with me. But I wanted to try these two out, especially because they were both gifts. I don't have a lot of expensive knives. This is going to sound a little crazy for you guys, you knife connoisseurs out there, but do you remember the Northwest, it might be too shiny, the Northwest Territory brand that was at Walmart? This was like in a gift package around Christmas time, and it is a really cheap knife. But to tell you the truth, I've also carried this along with a Buck, and it's got a grippy handle, and I've always been able to keep it really sharp, but the serrations on here, they've always been really awesome. And especially gutting deer, and I can go right up through the rib cage with these serrations. But for a cheapo knife, this knife has done me a lot of deer. And made in China, and that's all it says on the blade. But just one of them cheapo knives. So guys, the Benchmark and the Kershaw are going to be my go-to hunting knives that I'm going to carry with me this year. The Buck and the cheap Northwest Territory, they're just going to sit in my gun case. But I'd like to see your guys' knives. What do you guys take hunting? And I'd like to tag a couple people. The first person I'd like to tag is Carolina Chris. I see he's been out hunting. Chris, I'd like to see your knife. What hunting knives you take out when you go hunting? And the other person I'm really interested in is Mr. Aaron Nelson. Aaron, let's see your hunting knives. Now I know these things ain't much. They ain't no $200-$300 knives, but they're sharp and they should do the job. Alright guys, till the next time, you guys take care. Peace.